Friday. Happy Divine Feminine Friday. You know, Fridays are good to work on glamour magic. So in my latest book, The Bible's Hidden Divination of Magic, well, not technically my latest book. This is my latest book in paperback, but right now it's just an ebook. Here I have a section about glamour magic. And Fridays are a great day to do glamour magic.
Just like magic. I'm attracted. I get everything I want 'cause I attract you.
Fridays are a great day to do glamour magic. And so glamour magic can consist of anything. It could be just you taking a nice shower or a bath. I like to use elements, especially being that I am, tapping into my feminine energy. Roses. I have been receiving roses like maybe about a couple times a month for almost about a year. So whether I buy them myself or either other people gift them to me, that is one of the things that I use in my magical practice. Roses are a high vibration. You can get them in many different colors. So depending on the color, lately I've been tapping into red or either pink roses or either pink elements of like other like crystals and so on. They tap into that almost like the base chakra, but I want to give myself more confidence. So that's what I use. My glamour magic has been focusing on lately, more confidence. Another thing about with the color red, and also roses, so you could use them in protection, you could use them in anything really, from beauty, like I said before. I'm waiting on the bus, so you're gonna hear buses going by. Like for magnetism too. That's another. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. Let me see if I can't find this section here, because I probably didn't passed it. Glamour. Hold on. Let me. Hexes. Maybe. Okay, altar setup. Page 213. I wasn't looking in the right spot. Okay, here we go. On page 213, glamour magic. So with glamour magic, it's more than just using makeup. So like one thing about makeup is that yes, men and women can wear makeup regardless of your sexual orientation. I think that's one of the things in the modern world that people are sort of missing, because if you think about war makeup, like with the camouflage makeup, that's a form of glamour magic in a way. So you could program your makeup to use it in warfare, because actually typically when we're going out into the world and we are amongst people that may have jealous energy, or they may have like other ulterior motives, that in a sense we still need to prime ourselves mentally, also energetically, for a shield of protection. So you could use your makeup, or you use the army fatigue or whatever you may do, you still want to have that element of protection in your makeup. So going back to like in other ancient cultures, like the Mayans, like even Native Americans, they had war paint. So I also heard someone else, they commented on my video a while ago where I was talking about Queen Hadassah, which is Queen Esther, and like her glamour magic practices. And they were saying about like with the fallen angels and how they gave women makeup. And then they mentioned this, which I thought was very interesting, that it's like war paint, if you will, because we are protecting ourselves. Because like, okay, one thing is that our makeup is a shield of protection, if you really think about it, whether you program it for protection or not. Maybe y'all can see me better if I take off my glasses. I can go to the comments too. Because I also posted this other video about the fallen angels a while. Like I was asking the question, and you probably see it appended to the top, maybe. It's one of my most popular videos. Because I was asking the question, like, if the fallen angels they're supposed to be so powerful, and then why were they were they tempted by the women and their beauty? And someone else, I think it was maybe the same person, was saying that like they were talking about like the war paint, and how like really the angels gave women like makeup for a sense of protection. I guess that's what they were trying to say. I thought that was an interesting concept though. But anyways, getting back to the topic, that you could use your makeup as a shield to really protect your real beauty. And your beauty comes in many facets, whether you are a male or a female. It comes in many facets. So, like, not only just like your physical appearance, which you can enhance or do whatever however the way you want to do your makeup, but also too to have a shield, an energetic shield. Also draw sigils as you're putting on your makeup. Sigils of protection, sigils of magnification. Playing music. Oh, thank you. While you're doing your makeup. The last several nights, what I've been doing, because I really love to dance. That's like my expression of creativity. I get energized. Download ideas. I just feel so amazing when I dance. So the last several nights, I haven't been dancing for a while. The last several nights I've been putting on some music and I've been going at it. I've been just like dancing and getting into the zone. So putting on your music, because music helps to amplify the energy in the room. Or either if it's negative energy, you don't want negative energy around you, you can transform and transmute the atmosphere using music. So if you have like a routine, or you want to build a routine using Glamour Magic, you can start also with music. So this doesn't matter about the type of music, honestly, because I love all types of music, from like, of course, R&B, but also heavy metal, all types of rock music. That isn't like my jam. Also like music you could twerk to. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Okay. So whatever music you really like to use, and it really gives you a sense of you feel magnetized, you feel like you're magnetizing things that you really want, and amplifies like your desires, put that type of music on while you're doing your makeup, even if it's just for 5 minutes, even if you're just like washing your face. Thank you. You can also change up your look, your entire appearance. Like sometimes you see now I got my natural hair and everything, but sometimes I have me a wig on. Oh, wigs are really good with Glamour Magic too. Now, the thing is, it's like some of the beliefs about the top of the head is like the access to like some parts of your soul in some, schools of belief. So women would cover their head. I know there are some commandments like women should cover their head, but anyways, like women would cover their head symbolically to protect like their energy. So wigs can be like that modern day covering. And even in ancient cultures, like you think about the ancient Egyptians and probably even people before them, they fashioned wigs and they would cover their head. Sometimes they would shave their hair completely off, and then place a wig on top of there. And that was like a symbol of status. So wigs is another part of Glamour Magic too. Or braids and designs, because sometimes I wear braids, and adding beads. All of these things have cultural references that you can use in your Glamour Magic. Not to mention jewelry. So, your jewelry, you could program your jewelry, you could lay it on your altar and cleanse it with some incense. I always cleanse everything that I get with incense before I start to use it, or before I start to wear my clothes, my jewelry, or anything. Another thing you could do is write an intention about what you want. Like, for example, let's say it's the beginning of the month. I'm just going to use this as an example. It's the beginning of the month. All right, so this month I want to focus on my inner power, my inner strength. I have maybe an assortment of looks that I want to, or a color palette or whatever I want to work with for that month. I write my intention out as I'm putting together my outfits or as I'm putting together this color palette, for example. So that way you are not only just, you're almost like you're planning it out, but you're also setting the intention. So that way, regardless if you are consciously thinking about it or you're just going about your day, you already have that intention set. And I think that is yeah, I have anthems, pledges, and then once again, sigils are really good to use as you're putting on your makeup. And even like how I was saying before about setting your intention for the month or for like maybe every quarter within a year, you can create a sigil and have that on your altar. And you can also build an altar for your glamour magic. It could be really small. It could just be like where your makeup is. And in the shower, let me tell you, the shower is another place that you can, it can start off and wind down. So you can have a shower in the morning and then a shower at night. So a shower to start off your day really quick, and then a shower at night to, you know, pretty much cleanse off the day. All right, so you know, I have the journal to go along with the book, The Bible's Hidden Divination of Magic. And so the journal's purpose is to collect your notes. You can, you know, use this for your notes, and you don't have to have 100 notebooks like me. And I'm trying to locate notes that I had when I was reading, whatever I was reading, but you have it right here together. You can know exactly where they are. My ebook, this is just my paperback author's copy, but my ebook, The Sacred Grail, Women and Goddesses of the Bible, right now it's 174 pages, and I'm continuously researching and adding on to that. But right now the ebook is only like 99 cents, I believe so. All right, and you can also join our community for as little as $2.99 a month for exclusive content. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop off if y'all don't have any questions and you don't have anything you want to add. All right, I'm Minister Ashley, a biblical researcher and author, and I thank you guys for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. Many blessings. Peace.